Well, hello everyone, happy Throwback Thursday, and the rotation leads us to our Bionicle review, and this one's on Baranus V7 from 2009. So on the front of the little manual, have the Bionicle logo, the name of the set, and have the scroll shield with the Scarabax beetle in it. Picture of the set in action, rumbling or running through Tassara, and then set number 8994 Lego logo. And on the back is how to win on the online survey, and then advertisement and application for Lego Club, and then also ad for the Bonka Legend Reborn movie, and then a Bonko figure game pair up with all the Latorian Legends and vehicle sets, and all the pieces that come with the set, of course, and then the last steps. So now, starting with the driver of all, Samad, which obviously same pieces as any Matoran or Agori, which from this time and the year prior, and from the stars, and also the stars the following year as well. And also consisting of a color scheme of orange and black, and also a little bit of silver and gray here and there. So the color scheme, which definitely Halloween-esque, and probably wonder, since he's a jungle tribe Agori and why he's in orange instead of green, has some sort of disease or sickness that makes him orange for that. Which that was in the storyline of which. So the feet of which are the silver Toametru feet, of which is mainly because they have the pinholes at the bottom to connect to the bottom part of the chariot build for that. And then the orange Apatoran pieces, like we saw with Photok the year prior, and well, both of these limbs of which also saw on Tahu Stars the following year, of course, or following wave, of course. Then the body piece of which, same as from Radiac and a couple others from the year prior to that. And then as on both of his arms, does have little Technic bits holding the Baraki Matax claws in black, which probably to be like some extra armoring or something. And then to his hands, which are just gray hands, which I think they should have been in black for that. Well, even though Jimmy Stringer and Hero Factory the following year did have the one black hand piece, so I think they should have had black hand pieces this year, which so we can have a more consistent color scheme for that. But yeah, and then holding of what is being called a whip in this case is actually Baraki Kalma's tentacle piece in black, like we saw on the playsets in the Mari Nui line for that. But however, nice to see that here, but also good to see it used as a whip for that. And then on his other hand is this sword piece, which is what Makuta Bitel the year prior, which had, but with a few bits on it to hold the Thornax launcher onto and then shoot off like so. Although I think what I think also could have worked out is maybe have it on the chariot for that, so you can have just a single sword for that. But that's just me. And then on the back side of him is a Aperture connector piece holding the Bionicle figure game life counter dial. And same problem as the Zendox V1 had is just one life counter when all the vehicle sets have two for that, and all the vehicle sets are supposed to have two for that. And then as for the head pieces, which just the same exact trans-orange Glatorian headpiece as all the sets of this year all have. And then as for these helmet piece, which quite interesting kind of helmet look to it, like a little gap in this chin strap kind of area. And some say that has kind of an American football kind of helmet kind of look for that, but well, very little to that. Well, a few ridges on the sides and also on the top part as well, and and of course connect from the top, like all the sets of this year all did. But however, this helmet piece, same as from Perditus in the Thoranas V9 set, of which is next Throwback Thursday. But however, it's just recolored in orange for this set since at this point, or in this year, the helmet pieces on the drivers for the vehicle sets were just oftentimes recolored and reused for that. And that is about it what Zom had here. Oops. And now onto the spigot, which is what pulls this chariot kind of build. It's obviously kind of a neat Rahi-like build, and probably one of the only Rahis of Fara Magna we've ever had. Well, along with Skirmix in Fairwind Skirmix for that. Like, front part of which just have these two heads for that. And how they are made is just the Glatorian headpieces, but with the Borak eyes on the sides. And the mask parts of which does have some nice detailing to it, and these paramandible parts, which is it's mainly mixed of green, dark green, and lime green for that. But flip it around, and it's actually Tellerus's headpiece from Scopio XV1. So just like they did with Sendox and Caxium for that. And as you see, and of course held on by Toamatsu arm pieces. And then onto that, to the upper torso part, which has the Kalma foot pieces, but as armoring, like we saw on Maxils and Spinax 2 years earlier. And then the bottom part of which is just an Paraka armor piece in silver for that. And then also does have the kind of shortish limb pieces with the Marinu Matoran daggers sticking upwards like Tarduk had. And all four limbs, or lower limbs, are just the Paraka limbs, but in silver, like Tahu Mystica the year prior had, and going on to the dark green connectors and the clawed Parak feet, like most sets oftentimes had. But yeah. And then as for the back legs, which just have Borak eye tooth pieces and everything else the same for that. Although I think these should have been in lime green to make it pop a bit better, but that's just me. And then the back part of which is just the Gresh blade for that. But however, nice to see that used outside of the two Gresh sets. And for that, obviously being like a back crest or back sail or something. But yeah. And then back part of which just another Vaki hip piece holding these back legs in, and also has and also one Technic pin sticking up, mainly to stick the chain of the chariot onto it. And however, on the back side of the box, which shows put Samad on to it just by putting his feet over the fin part of the Kalma feet for that. I'm not sure why this is, but not sure if this can actually count as a feature. But maybe that's just me. But I'm not sure why that is, but whatever. And now onto the vehicle itself, or rather chariot build. As you can see, it's quite large and wide for how it is. It's like for this front part of which are two of these chain pieces, like what the two large Titan sets had the few years earlier. And also connected to a pair of beams. These Technic beams with the Marinu Matoran daggers on the ends. And then on to the both sides, which are the Lego Power Miner wheel pieces, which are the spiky wheel pieces, but used as wheels here. And then same thing with Thoras V9 as well. And then on both sides, which are the Toamari Matoro blade pieces, but on both sides. mainly to like slice off the feet of their enemies or whatever. And then on to the center section, which is the silver Paraka foot piece. It has a front part of which, and also this I think is where a second life counter dial piece. Is. This kind of piece here should have been on here as well. Well, maybe you can add that on if you wanted. Yeah. And then have the Mystica shield pieces in gunmetal gray for the shiny gray for that, and then with another pair of the Matoro blades kind of sticking upwards and kind of rotate around for that. Not sure what for, but whatever. And then to the rest of which is another one of those large beam-like pieces, like most of the sets of this year all had. And then as on the wheel sections, which are mostly these saw blade kind of pieces for that. And then not sure if you can notice this. There is actually a little yellow beam piece on there. Although I think it could have been better in at least black to like fit in with the color scheme of this vehicle more. And then the back side, which as he has these 3 pins sticking up for Samad's feet. Then the back side, which is just 2 more power miner wheels. Although these 2 put positioned like this kind of makes it look like a 3-wheeler, but ideally it's just 2 back wheels put together. And then also have the saw blades on the outside of them, unlike the ones in the front that are inside of which, although I think those ones on the front of which could have worked out on the outside of the wheels, but maybe that's just me. Yeah. And now to get the spigot connected to it is take this chain and connect it to the pin on the lower back part. Connect like so, and it's attached. And then on to get Samad onto it is with the pinholes on his Metru feet and connected onto either that blue one or these 2 ones. And he's on there like so. And then as for the rollability of which, rolls gratefully. So for like good swooshability, which well works out for that. And so now on to the final verdict. Okay. Oh, and also to say that if he like goes quite fast, it might ram into this spigot's rear butt kind of entrance. So it would be kind of harsh for that, but whatever. And what else to say? Not much, but yeah. Although if you like pull it too hard, it might dislodge the chain like that. And so now on to the final verdict. Overall, I think this is a quite good set for how it is. Like for the $40 that it was in 2009, which I say quite good for how it is. Like even though could you like consider it as one of the vehicle sets? Well, kind of, but even though it's a Rahi and a Chariot for that. But however, it's still good to have another Rahi like build for in a set for that. But whereas in this was kind of unique, like some previous $40 sets like Rocco T3 and Karzani for that, or especially Karzani, which had 4 segments of the set, but this which has 3 segments of that. So which just about as good as much stuff going on in it. And also, and as for having some orange pieces, which, well, in the case of Samad here, which nice to see that. Well, a few good recolors of pieces, and some extra variety uses of pieces, like the Kalma tentacles, the whip, uh, and also the back crest made from a Gresh blade, obviously. So, however, still for the $40 that was in 2009, still quite good for how it is. But this was quite a sign at the times where there was something kind of semi quite large and cool for that price point, unlike with some $40 sets, which are a lot smaller nowadays. So this was quite a sign of the times. Yeah. And I bet you back in 2009 it was a great set, neat set, but nowadays still quite is. But yeah. And also both of which consisting of some neat color schemes, mostly Samad, which with the orange and black as well, obviously. And what else to say? Not much, but yeah. And now, if any of you still have this set from back in the day, well, I hope you had some good memories of it. And for those of you who haven't and are still looking to get this set, I'd say definitely pick it up. eBay, Bricklink, Mercari, Bricks and Minifigs, whatever. And that is it with this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.